We have the first game of crowd control versus 30k coming in. Lauber, a little bit positioning on this meta camp. The enemy team kind of looks like they want to go in. Neither team wants to take this fight. Both teams are trying to focus down XP right down. Lauber actually is likely going to contest this. Tyke is coming on the backside, gets the sweep down on the Lyric. Probably will not matter. Deathwing Boy is a little bit too tanky right now to be able to deal with that. They were not able to get the steal down, and they just kind of backed off here. Lauber just getting a little bit of damage down on the Imperius. Imperius is just going to shake it off. I'm not even going to care about that. Both teams, even on XP, got a pretty solid team comp coming in from crowd control right now. The Yrel is just going to allow the double ranged auto attacker backlines to just do whatever they want because she has crazy peels. They don't have the best of way of dealing with Deathwing right now. But at the same time, 30k doesn't have a good engage really beyond Imperius. And so, given the amount of kite that exists on crowd control, 30k is actually going to have quite a bit of trouble winning this game. Deathwing getting collapsed in on a little bit. And yeah, he can just walk away from the Tychus. It's not the biggest of deals. As long as Tychus can't wail on Deathwing in these fights, I think... Well, I mean, I don't think it matters. I think crowd control has a little bit of an advantage on hero picks regardless. So... Yrel and Lyric just doing their thing bot lane, and this is what you want to see. You don't really want to go all in until you get level 7. You see this problem a lot in solo queue, where people just go all out fight before everything shows up. So we do have a little bit of sleep coming in on the Imperius. He should be fine here. It's not the biggest of deals. Doesn't even drop his healing ward because he knows that his teammates are clearing top lane. Neither team really needs to commit here. Both teams just need to focus the experience down. And again, this is what you want to do in solo queue as well. This objective, especially early game, not that useful unless you die for it, in which case the enemy team can just take force down. But so 30k backing off a little bit. They are going to be a little bit slow with the Deathwing rotating down. He is still top lane, gets the polymorph down on the stun masquerade. Is he going to be able to get out? He does manage to fly out there. He is a little bit low on health, a little bit low on mana. He is just going to Hearthstone out of that. And now 30k going to get a second turret shot. They already got 38%. You very rarely get this first objective on the first fight. Usually gets a 99%, then you have no mana left and you get wiped. So 30k making the right call, just backing off, not dying for it. It's not worth dying for this. It's absolutely not worth dying for this. Actually, let me make sure this is...
Yeah, and it's difficult for Cassia to get to the priority targets with him being relatively short range for the...
Okay, this bad boy was not 10 AP.
Gotta bring the Deathwing is the key there, it looks like. You can see Ty just doing his best.
Ty 30k, dropping the Deathwing Flame, which actually is a little bit difficult for crowd control to walk past. See, the problem with going heavy crowd control is that he's permanently unstoppable. And I think until level 16, 30k probably has the advantage here. They go down Masquerade, gets the polymorph down, gets the sleep. A little bit of a mess up in terms of coordinating the sleep with the damage coming, because Dayquaza is getting super low. They are turning this around. Deathwing is coming in on the backside. Crowd control needs to back off. They are getting a little bit of damage down on Deathwing mid lane, but it does not look like crowd control can actually push into this. Deathwing is full health, is going to be able to just walk up to them, tank all of it. He is going to get all his flame breath back before the next fight starts. Got a stun down on the Mal'Ganis. He's trying to heal up, drop the healing ward. Robert doing his best to try to sleep people. Gets 2. That's a little bit of a pushback, but Hostile Albs is going to be fine. Liam's going to be fine. And now 30k comfortably gets this first objective. Crowd control knows it is gone. They do not want to die for it. They want to be alive so they can clear it out. Very, very, very nice zoning by 30k. And again, crowd control simply does not have an answer for this unless the Valo just goes God mode and pops off on their backline, which she's not in a position to do because the kiting is really good from 30k. And it looks like they're going to just waste this objective. It does not look like they're going to hit forts. Okay, they just figured out that they can in fact hit walls with the objective. Love to see it, and that is, he's playing this properly. So you want to wait until your Q comes back off when you're in the protector, and you just go back in the fort and just use it on structures. Don't use it on heroes. Getting heroes killed is not that useful because this thing dies pretty fast. So by the time you get heroes killed, you could have just gotten the wall down. And they are coming in on the backside, trying to start a fight here. The healer's not out here. Healer has to pop out, drops the ultimate, hit level 10. Ultimate actually does not go off. Cassia is dead. They are trying to back off here. The Imperius stayed in the Protector a very long time. He might get focused down. The Polymorph coming in is not able to run away here. The Lyric ultimate trying to zone for him, gets his own ultimate off. And the The Deckard Kane ultimate not going off there was huge for crowd control because
Could have been a little bit worse.
Cassia would have survived there if you get that ultimate off, and they just simply were not able to. Very, very, very nice play coming in from crowd control to counter that push when the protector is almost dead and it's very slow, so you can just run it down and just start killing people.
With that 5D chess.
Both teams going to focus their camps now. Neither team wants to invade. If 30k wanted to, you know the enemy team is rotating down to take their camp. If you wanted to, you could have forced top lane because you have a Deathwing who can long range siege without taking damage. But they are making the safe play. And just based on the team fighting, I think crowd control has a slight edge the longer this game goes on. So early game, Deathwing is just super, super strong, but he gets weaker the more the game goes on because you get more and more abilities that are able to just punish him super hard, especially on Avala and Tychus. Sleep coming in on Mal'Ganis. That's an ultimate used by Deckard King. Got the pull on Hasselhobbs. Is trying to do a little bit of damage down on Deathwing. Is Deathwing going to go down? That was around 100 HP left. Lauper doing his best to get out. He's a little bit of trouble. He gets ulted by Liam. That's the spicy Cataclysm coming in. Brightwing manages to TP out. Is not able to finish that off, but they do get one on the enemy tank. They can just hard force top if they want it. They are focusing this Merc camp instead. I don't agree with that call, because they're not even getting an XP advantage off of this. So while Mal'Ganis is dead and Brightwing is on 2 HP, you can just dive top for it and kill her. She has no way of surviving this. They are now focusing top. Masquerade coming in on the backside. Hey, Brightwing actually does not take her camp. Is she going to go down here? One more auto attack. Does not get the auto attack. So it is the right call to focus the Brightwing instead of getting that camp. Because if Brightwing has to back off, the enemy team kind of just has to give this. Rutsu has to be careful here. Masquerade is about to get his stun back up. Choose it to use to get out because Mal'Ganis is coming in on the backside. They were a little bit slow on that. Might have been a little bit of a mistake actually to try to go in on the Brightwing. If you finish that off, it would have been a very good play, but they almost missed top for it. It ended up working out, but almost a little bit out of position there. 30k now going to focus their camps down. Camera's messing up a little bit. Not sure why. Liam does manage to get out of that gank. He is a Lyric. I do not know this Lyric step is, but we got the sleep coming in on the enemy team. Got the Cataclysm on the Lyric ultimate. That is such a nice combo. And 30k is really, really playing to their strengths right now. They are comboing amazingly well. Hasselhobbs now knows that they can take this invade, leading the charge. Has the Cassia, knows he has that 30 armor, knows they don't have Tychus on the enemy team. There is no real threat on the enemy team right now to try to stop this. And Imperius right now actually not getting the objective. He could be standing on it while they have a 4v5 and they have 4 people bot. He's trying to make sure his teammates don't get ganked in the middle of all this. So he was posturing in case Lauper wants to come in on that, in which case 30k still has the 5v4. They have level 16. And if crowd control for whatever reason wanted the 4v5, they just get wiped there.
Kill secured. What can you say?
Now crowd control knows that they cannot contest it, so they're just going to push bot lane down a little bit. But there's a Deathwing coming in on the enemy team to stop this, so crowd control immediately rotates top when they see 2 people bot lane, because they do have the option to contest it right now. It is a 5v3 if Urel shows up on this. She's choosing not to. Crowd control pushes them off, does start to get a little bit of damage down, but they're giving 30k time to actually rotate on this because they wanted to get level 16 first. Deathwing actually going to show up before Urel does. Lyric actually slowing down the Urel. And Deathwing being here first is actually kind of a big deal because they're able to posture and get a lot of control in this team fight in terms of where the enemy is positioned. Quazo looking for an engage, uses the flip onto Deathwing Fire Breath. That's not what we want to see. The Unstoppable coming in on Tychus. Dino stunned out. There is no getting out of that. These sleeps coming in so good, and Mal'Ganis just cannot do anything here. Has to use the ultimate to defensively disengage. Quazo not going to be get out. That one just gets deleted. And right now, the back line on crowd control is just not being enabled properly. 30k knows they can just ignore Mal'Ganis until the damage is dead, and then he focuses Mal'Ganis afterwards, and he just goes down quickly. Without a damaged backline, Mal'Ganis cannot 1v5. So 30k is going to get another objective. And crowd control is in a little bit of trouble now.
In here to blink heal you. There's no
Polymorph
saving
coming
you.
down on Lyric. He might have overstepped a little bit. His team was all top lane. That was a huge misplay on the Lyric. Just hard inting mid lane. But they are still 2 levels up. They are going to get this fort, and they will probably get all 30 forts off of this Punisher. And you don't really want to push a keep right now with a 12-minute Punisher because you can usually only get a wall down and then you don't get the keep. So just open up the map, and then next time the Punisher spawns, you can run it down and get a keep and potentially end the game. The rest of the team not here yet. They are waiting for that Lyric respawns. Tyke is seeing if he can get some damage down. And Yrel and Brightwing are just not here yet. Which means 30k very likely will end up getting a fort down. They are trying to gank Lyric mid lane right now, which means that crowd control is actively wasting their time bot lane. This fort 100% goes down. They are not doing anything in the back line. Brightwing comes in for a teleport, tries to get the sleep on, gets the polymorph down on the Imperius. It's not enough. He managed to get his ult off. They Quasar just moving him around a little bit, and 30k needs to jump out of this protector right now, otherwise they all get wiped here. The fear coming in on the Quasar, the sleep coming in on the enemy team. Decker Kane did jump out. That's a double sleep. Nobody actually going down there. Very, very, very nice team fighting from both teams. And crowd control realized if they don't rotate in on this, they just lose a fort. So 30k making the safe play, not full focusing the fort down while their teammates get killed. But they had a huge opportunity to just take it while the enemy team was showing mid lane. They chose not to take it because they were afraid of getting rotated in on, just like what happened. Both teams very, very good in terms of both their positioning in team fights and knowing how to engage and disengage. And when you're in the protector, you should and could jump out often to use your abilities. So when the protector abilities are on cooldown, what you want to do is jump out of the protector and use your own abilities to help your teammates on the fight and get back in.
By formerly known as Sammy, now Ty and Liam on Leoric. Really nice play. They do good synergy. The Entombed and the Deathwing flying over it. It's a massive.
Ob's looking for a gank. Does not manage to find it, but Masquerade finds the stun anyway, and that's the silence coming in on the Yrel. You hate to see it, but that is a level 20 ultimate from Lyric. Has the silence ult, and whoever gets caught in that Entomb will be meeting their maker. 30k does not use that ultimate without having the follow for it. They know how to go in on it, and right now crowd control might just end up losing a keep. The next objective spawns bot lane, but they might just have to give this. Honestly, having 3 people here is probably a mistake. They need to be focusing level 20. They need to give this keep, and they need to win the team fight bot lane, because right now, if they're playing the way they're playing with a 3v5 bot lane, they're just going to lose this keep and potentially lose some heroes. Liam is looking for the gank. 5 seconds on the ultimate. He knows if anybody mispositions, they are 100% dead. The whole team is here. Vala's not here. Yrel's dead. If he gets a spicy Entomb off, the enemy team is in fact just dead. He's trying to get something going on him. Nobody's coming. Vala's coming on the backside. They're almost goal at 20, but they might just have to give this. And honestly, crowd control should just be running it down top lane right now to get the stun coming on Magans, but he gets blocked by the wall. Does not actually get pulled in.
I love the level 20 pick.
30k still has the level 20 lead. They can stay here forever. And again, crowd control should honestly just give this up and get level 20 instead. We do get the stun coming on Dayquaz. That's not going to be enough. Liam's still looking for that spicy ultimate. He's not able to find it. Doesn't stun Lobber just now. And we actually do get the silence coming down on Gans. Is that the target one? Can you finish it off? You actually cannot. Brightwing's going to teleport on us. That's a lot of ultimates used on 30k, and they did not get anything for it. 3 ultimates down. They do have to just back off here. The level 20 advantage kind of disappears now. Very, very nice hold by crowd control. A little bit of a misplay by 30k. They were not in position to follow up on that Lyric ultimate, so they weren't able to punish the 5v4 level 20 versus level 19. And now crowd control knows they have their ultimates. 30k doesn't. They can fight this. Brightwing a little bit out of position, is not able to heal her teammates, just managed to jump in, but Lauber is getting a little bit low, gets the ultimate down, and Vala might have a little bit of trouble here if Liam's teammates come to help, but it looks like they just left Liam for dead. Got the polymorph coming in, and it's not going to be enough. That is going to be a dead Lyric, and Lauber going down as well in the middle of all that. Both teams just allowing their friend lines to die in exchange for the objective, and they Quasar again jumped in on. Right now, crowd control still has a pretty strong front line coming in on Dayquaza. That's the sleep coming in. No, manages to stun it out. That's a very good stun from Dayquaza. His whole team probably would have been wiped there. Nice positioning to get 30k out there. And Lyric actually is going to be in the middle of this fight long before Mal'Ganis is. So advantage is still in 30k's favor.
Again, they were already kind of backing
Imperius already on the objective. He knows if he gets this, he can potentially end the game. So 30k has no reason to make any risky plays right now. Hasselhoff's a little bit out of position. If he gets collapsed in on, he could actually just go down instantly. Crowd control does not take it. That's a little bit of a misplay by crowd control because they know the enemy team is on the objective right now because you can see the timer going up. So you know that 30k is a little bit split there. You can take that fight. You can 100% take that fight, but they just want their tank to respawn. They don't want to go on it. And if crowd control keeps making the safe plays, they're going to lose the game. Because right now, they simply don't have a team comp that is capable of taking control of the objective after they've already lost it. So they're just giving this up. They know that, but they have to start a team fight once the objective reaches their key. Otherwise, they just hard to lose this game.
I think it's a little bit more aggressive Deckard Cain build too, because he did take the Emerald to power up the Herodric Cube a little bit. And
every ultimate up on both teams. 2 medallions down on crowd control, 1 medallion down on Deckard Cain on 30k. Looking for a pick. Lobber's looking on the backside, trying to see if anybody missteps at all, trying to find the sleeps coming in. But there is a counter sleep coming in on Deckard Cain, and this should just be a fort going down instantly. Crowd control doing a good amount of damage down to the Protector. Lobber going in, gets good damage down on the Imperius. Has to use the Unstoppable, drops the ultimate as well. This Protector actually might go down super fast.
Tried to go for Lauber, but didn't connect with that one.
Liam looking for a pick, trying to find that silence, is not able to get. His team is not here. There's no point in being that far up. And meanwhile, the Protector's just running around doing nothing. People say the objective is bad on this map. It's not. Just it has a lot of bad drivers, man. Cataclysm coming in from Deathwing. Hits nobody. And Lyric's still looking for that ultimate. He could get the Vala right here if she's not careful. Actually manages to miss. Lobber gets pushed out by the Protector. A little bit of miscommunication. Masquerade does not have his ultimate. That's the Unstoppable coming in on Liam, but he is just going to have to run away. Is not able to fight that anymore. They lost their Imperius, got bot keep. The enemy team has no force. They should push a fort down while they have a 50-second death timer on the Imperius. Deathwing is in the skies. Instead, crowd control is just going to do nothing. They're hoping they can win the game by doing nothing and having death 30k just hard end and lose the game. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen, my boys, but you can wish, you can hope. They are taking a camp, but they are not taking any forts or ganking anything. So a little bit of a misplay by crowd control. They had a huge advantage. Having a person dead at level 22 is massive because you can stagger in deaths. Instead, they're letting the Imperius respawn before they take anything on the map.
You gotta make a statement here.
Odin is back. It has a massive.
The rotations are not coming in well from crowd control right now. We still have a Vala mid lane by herself for whatever reason. Liam looking for that pull. Is he going to be able to get the ultimate on Vala, who's way out of position? There it is. There's the silence coming in. She's about to get blown up. I don't think this is going to be enough. The Brightwing does come in. The blind actually manages to keep it up. Brightwing actually almost went down the middle of all that. Imperius is up. Gets his ultimate off instantly just so he can use the shields to blow somebody up. Actually has not used them yet. And they are just making the call to back off after they dropped everything on the Brightwing Vala. That Vala should have been dead. A little bit of miscommunication coming in on 30k. Liam saw it. The rest of the team didn't see it. Crowd control didn't see it. 30k didn't see it. But that Vala was horribly out of position, and she did not get punished for it, actually. 4 ultimates down for 30k, no ultimates down for crowd control. Really, really nice disengage by crowd control. They are looking for a pick. Liam should be fine here. He does have the Unstoppable. He knows he's perfectly fine. The Brightwing is not here at Polymorph, but he has to drop out instantly, and he might be in a little bit of trouble here. Brightwing is showing bot lane. 30k knows that.
Odin is a slow burner.
And really, all 30k has to do right now is just wait for the objective to respawn again. They know that. They know that they've been winning every single objective, and if they just keep getting these, eventually they will win the game. A level 23 objective is very powerful.
Into a molten flame, because normally one team has 5 heroics.
Crowd control right now does not seem to have a game plan for winning the
I
game.
think so.
They do not have a win condition. They're just waiting stealthed,
Shame for them.
hoping somebody horribly mispositions
Look at this. Invisible friends
so that they can catch a priority target out. But
But
30k is so good about rotating together, so I don't think crowd control is going to find it. 30k knows they have no reason to be on the enemy side, and this is really good play. In solo queue, 30k would be dead right now. In solo queue, this attempted gank would work. Right now, 30k is a well-coordinated team. They have Liquid Hasu Obs on their team, who is a former pro player, and he's got to be telling his teammates, like, hey, just don't go there. Just don't go on their side of the map. We can keep fighting along the mid line, keep getting the Protector, and we just hard win the game. So now all their ultimates are back up off cooldown. Let's see if Liam can get another pick. Liam has been very good with these ultimates. The rest of the team has not necessarily always been followed up properly. Lauber's still stealthed, trying to find a pick. Tyke is still stealthed.
12% already. Well, you kind of
Brightwing actually has their blink off cooldown for now, so if anybody needs heals, they might be in a little bit of trouble. And Masquerade is going to pause the game.
Okay, wonderful.
Turned on. They want to sound
Masquerade has to use a stun to defensively get out of that. Crowd control actually takes control of the point for the first time in a very long time during a 5v5. They quasi position very well to keep his teammates healthy. They're finally enabling their backline to do what it is they need to do and keep the enemy team at bay. Well, now coming on the backside, they do have bot lane pushing. That is going to be a problem eventually. Those catapults can end the game by themselves. And Brightwing actually going back to take care of this. 30k will see Brightwing and Vol show up on the map soon, so they know they can just push in on this. And crowd control just instantly backs off because they have to give this. And honestly, these other lanes don't really matter. Crowd control needs a fight. If 30k just gets another Protector for free, they are going to win this game. They actually get stunned down. The Brightwing not able to teleport in on that. Way miscommunication coming in on the enemy team.
All right, got another pause.
And another pause coming in.
So we were wonderful.
And we're back. So what we're hearing is that crowd control actually might have lost somebody to a DC. The stun coming in on the Tychus is probably going to go down here. Lauber trying to sleep the enemy team. Tychus able to get a good amount of counter damage down on Hasulaz, but he should be fine here. Lauber getting the TP, and Fallout just has to be forced out of that fight. We do have the Protector coming in on 30k, and they are very likely going to get this anyway, regardless of the drop on your route. A stun and the root coming in on both Brightwing and Vol. Brightwing went in to try to save her, but she came in at the same time that the stun came in. You hate to see that Lauber is not going to be able to defend this. This is going to be the GG coming in. A little bit of a... well, a lot of a misplay on crowd control to try to clear out top lane and mid lane while the enemy team was getting a Protector. You just never want to do that. Even absent connection issues, you don't want to do that. You have to take that fight. If you don't take that fight, you just hard lose the game. And we've seen this a lot in the CCL series, where teams just don't seem to understand that you have to go in before that final objective. Otherwise, you are guaranteed to lose the game.